politics no ensem bebre na ekoso ewom ade bechi MPP ayese ade bechi NDC ayese NDC force we de na ye MPP force omonso de na ye hwan de na ye enunti na the Punch TV aba say Ghana politics ni nyina no de ekoso ewo man Ghana mu nyina no ye de ni nyina e de ebrew ewo eye channel ye so message so be subscribe to your YouTube channel na Facebook like video yi e de amame share na ma afofo enya bi hwe na fa o comment nso bra e wo comment section ho e ma me video bi e koso politics mo nsensem bi e koso sisi aba betodwa mayenko ne yenko kwetie ensem no embra
expanding, the economy is growing, and we expect to industrialize and so on. What do you do? In fact, the vision of President John Mahama in his first term, that's his first coming, was to industrialize. Okay, so he wanted to have excess power to be able to export excess power in order to get our industries running. Okay, these guys came on the back of industrialization with a slogan, one district, one factory, and they didn't create factories. Instead, they came and bastardized everything that had been done. They claimed that the American was riddled with scandals. They set up an Addison commission who went and rather tried to get bribes from the people who were in charge of that. They didn't find any fault. Where did American plant end? In Kumasi. Just for politics in order to get Ashanti votes to win an election. This is the NPP. So when we talk about politics of the energy sector, this is the NPP. When we talk about state capture within the corridors of the energy sector, it is the NPP, PDS and so on. Look, Gabby came and told us the president's Barber was part of the people who had been put on the PDS thing. On what basis, what criteria was used in selecting these people? And our meters, money is still with them. We lost money that was coming from America to help us now expand and stabilize our energy sector so that we can have a situation where we are exporting, we are net exporter of energy to the sub-region. We lost that money, we lost that opportunity. Look at the people who are preaching to us. Do you know the role that people like Charlie, look, people must be arrested. Look, frankly, a lot of people must be arrested. It is just sad that we are not arresting at the rate at which we should be arresting. But when you arrest the people, you must interrogate them, you must investigate them, and you must jail them, prosecute and jail them. Look at someone like Ken Ofriata. He's now suing the investigative agencies, and people are watching. The CSOs, the pseudo-neutrals, they are looking up. A thief. Look, you catch a common criminal and he says he's suing the police. No. Hold on. I haven't mentioned. I said a thief. You catch a thief. Have I said a thief?
You didn't mention anybody.
No. You catch a thief today, red-handed, and then the thief says he's suing the policeman for arresting him. The policeman should go and remove his name for the station diary. He should go and remove the listen. He's actually saying that remove all record of his crime or alleged crime from the records of the police. What nonsense is that? With a common criminal, a common thief, they are allowed to do that. So what about the super thieves? The person who has hijacked the whole state, has taken all our money. This man claims to be sick, so sick that he cannot be in the country. Yet every day he's giving instructions to the special prosecutor. What the hell is going on here? And then the CSOs and all those so-called neutrals are silent. So up to the chamber. All the people who are helping us to claim our things, they should not be helping the thieves.
Necessarily an NDC MP. I mean, this was around the time the story broke last year when the Scændàl administration was still in place.
Listen, I don't care the coloration of anybody who's doing a mess. If an NPP person does a mess, an NDC person does a mess, like we've been told, so NDC MP, I will win MP or whatever, an allegation or a petition has been set. Speaker of Parliament is trying to have an investigation initiated in this. People say, what the speaker, what right has he got to do investigation? What nonsense. He's threatening every MP that anybody who deals in Galansay will not be spared and will be thrown out of his thing. Isn't that positive? Shouldn't we be supporting this? We know the Sunum MP, both those and others are still in the chamber. That is why people are saying that he has no business to investigate. He should investigate everybody. He should get Jinapo and Abu Jinapo and all those Galansay related people out of the chamber. That is positive. When the president also says that he will not allow any of his appointees to do Galansay or even mining of any sort, he should be applauded and kept to his word and even extended. We've heard that from your consistency chairman is stopping warn everybody in your party Then you tell who is in charge of the NPP now. I don't even know who. You do know. Tell whoever it is that you two tell your people to stop and let's arrest them. Mutubi is still working free. He's still chairman, right? They should be arrested. All the people in the property report, they should be arrested. Why is Gabby walking around? I've seen a picture of him recently with the day to another. You saw that one?
Yeah.
Otchere.
The birthday party yesterday.
They had a birthday party too. Look at what is happening. Look what is going on here. People are having birthday parties. Jesus Christ, what is going on in Ghana? The people are having birthday parties with their money.
They are celebrating their birthday.
Oh, why? No, people are not being prosecuted. People are having birthday parties. Hey, what is going on? Do we want, no, Charlie, please, I beg, around the table, do we want our money back?
Of course.
So why? Why? What is going on?
I know.
Charlie, oh man.
If you were the president, would you keep the Chief Justice at post? If in your position, if you are the president, would you keep the Chief Justice at post?
So first of all, it doesn't lie with the president to say, bless, I like you or I don't like you. It's a constitutional.
So, I mean, when we're discussing the earlier topics,
yes,
we know that
now that it is affecting one that quote unquote they call their own. President Akufo-Addo is believed to have packed the courts. So if it is not wrong, assuming it is not, or assuming even if it is, who has a problem with unpacking a packed court? I'm not saying that's what's happening, but those who are critics claim that it's partisan or it's an effort to remove people who are perceived to be whatever, and so there's an unpacking of the court. So be it. The president has received not just one petition, several petitions, and he has acted as a conveyor belt as per the law. And I think that the law is very clear. We saw what John Mahama did before when he received a petition for the removal of Loretta Lamptey as Shraj boss. In fact, that was one of the first that were seen in this country, and therefore the equation of Shraj to the status of a judge of the superior courts as per the constitution, because it was not specifically named as Shraj, which was extrapolated in the case of Charlotte Osei when her removal was due, because there's no space for EC chair. And so the same principle was used. I think that it's important that we have these baselines clear. We've recently seen also some attempt to have Justice Pomang and other people on the Supreme Court removed. Is it therefore in the view of Richard Anyagba that they, the MPP, are trying to also unblock some people from the Supreme Court? Assuming that his logic is right. Because people know that there will be two Supreme Court justices who will have to necessarily be appointed in consultation with the Council of State to hear the case of the Chief Justice. So they want to remove those they perceive not to be favorably disposed to the side that may want her out. So if there are, let's say, 20, then they will have to, people tainted. So, you have a case. So recuse yourself. You recuse yourself. Or they are going to do everybody so that there will be no Supreme Court judge left to sit as one of the two. These are all possibilities. And since they've introduced that angle, we need to look at it clearly. Fortunately for Justice Pomang, the gentleman who did the Article 146 petition, the capacity that he claimed to have come from, the people who he claimed to represent, have come out to say that he doesn't represent them. So I believe that in itself perhaps should be enough justification for it being thrown out. But be it that as it may, the president is still a conveyor belt. In the case of Akufo-Addo, when he received some petition from dead people, ghost names, he perfected that fake petition so that he can have Charlotte Osei removed. We heard his press secretary come on the media giving blow-by-blow accounts even when it wasn't necessary. They did what they wanted to do. They had actually pursued a woman. They had set the agenda. It had been clear from day one they wanted to get her out. And they did. In fact, in the case of Loretta Lamptey, it was the NPP that hounded her, yet President John Mahama did not shield her. President John Mahama, over time, has proven to be one who wants to make a mark for himself above the bar. In fact, my two petitions under Akufo-Addo, the first one was against Sofa Akufo. He never acted on it. It was to do with land that she paid in cantonments that she paid 7,000 Ghana cedis for. 7,000 Ghana cedis for land in cantonments.
Come again, hold on.
7,000.
You never heard
7,000 cantonment Ghana cedis.
What is the size of the land?
Even if it was one plot.
No, I mean, 0.01 acre.
Look, the particulars of that particular Article 146 petition had an appendix which included the names of hundreds of such beneficiaries, people who are supposed to be before the petition cover all loot. You see the names in it. Everybody was in there. Now, everybody was there with the amounts of land that each of them took, the amounts that they paid, the regular amounts that they paid.
Make that document available to you.
I added it as an appendix because I wanted it to be a public document. It's being served on that special prosecutor, etc. I'll give you a copy. I know you would do act on it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll give you. Lawyer Sam Ukjeto, who was then the chairman of the Council of State Petitions Committee, deliberately refused and dodged us for years when we requested to know just the status of that case, whether the president has indeed forwarded it to the Council of State as required. Until Justice of Akufu's 70th birthday, when she retired, then he sent us a letter that it is now moot. That is how Justice Sam Ukjeto, who was once president of the bar, acted in response to an Article 146 petition when he had opportunity. Be that as it may. Then the EC chair. Now, please, you need to give us this Salah. Give us a little extra time. There's nothing happening.
Today is Salah.
Give us a little extra time. And I'm in my Salah regalia, so give us a little time. From here, we're going to the Independence Square.
They can take us off.
No, they can't. No, Charlie, Your Excellency, please don't. Now, you see, in the case of Jane Addo-Mensah, the stated misbehavior included the SAL issue, which has been a recurring, statement in each of them.
That was a grave matter.
Yes. Yeah. So if anybody tells us that the petition that we sent had no merit, and therefore President Akufo-Addo decided not to act on it, SAL is of no merit, then there was stated bias, including the fact that even her deputy, Bosman, said one of the political parties was an essential threat to the democracy of Ghana, and yet he stayed there. And we all know that two of the deputies are indeed patrons of the TESCON, that's the NPP students, union. Then there was security breaches, the election security, where people were killed. These were part of the issues. I'm sure you remember Tishman and so on. And they are part of new petitions that have come. So it means that it's a recurrent issue. Then the procurement breaches. Procurement breaches were cited for the removal of her predecessor, that Otchere. If it was good enough to remove one, why would this and many others not be enough to remove Jane? But she was kept there because we all know why she was kept there. And she's still being kept there. So fast forward. If some people bring petitions, and in fact this petition is still pending because it's not been acted upon, and the presidency is a continuum. If we just put a cover letter and send to the president, he should act on it. Does that make a partisan? Because it came in Akufo-Addo's time. He decided to breach the constitution. He decided to commit high treason, and then his friends in Occupy Ghana refused to act on it. Now, I'll take you back a little bit to the first petition that I supported to bring to the fore. That happened under President John Evans Atta-Mills. It was against Justice Georgina Dura-Wood. It was to do with the International Student Hostel. She confessed that she bought her Akwetema land in exchange for the plush airport residential area land, which was for foreign affairs.
Yeah.
Which was, in fact, the International Student Hostel holds a key symbolic value to Africa, not just Ghana. That is where most of African leaders were trained to go and get their independence for their countries. And this land, Akufo-Addo got a call. Gabby came to tell us that he got a call. He refused it because he said it was immoral. Premature April Fool's joke that's been put on us with some installation. Which
installation has taken place?
I have a viewer sent a press statement or a letter to all clan houses, outright rejection of William Odoi Cornell as Jasiche. Yes, said he stated the reasons for which You know, it wasn't. Yes, it is an illegality, and he has a glaring deformity. We prefer a much younger candidate. Customs and tradition for his nomination was not followed. Installation rights were started.
The second time, he doesn't know the gravity, the enormity of it. Remember how Otchere was removed.
Yeah.
And the reason why he is bringing the Chief Justice that when a petition is sent for the removal of the EC boss, it is given forwarded to the Chief Justice. You understand? So that it is the Chief Justice that has to determine a prima facie case before a committee is set.
So a new Chief Justice would now determine that.
That's it. So is he saying, is Anyagba saying that on the removal of Otchere, the administration did it in connivance with Chief Justice of Akufu? Is that what Anyagba is saying? And remember, Chief Justice of Akufu is also a member of the Council of State now.
Yeah.
She is going to be part of those that will determine whether or not there's a prima facie case.
She's a chairman.
No, in your bid as a political commentator to bastardize a certain action, you must be very careful not to go and innocently attack someone sitting her somewhere and doing her job. You understand? Serious matters has been raised. You remember the Professor Koku Asari's issue, where he made the point that the 5 appeals court judges that the Chief Justice wanted them to be nominated to the Supreme Court, she never consulted the Judicial Council, which is a legal requirement. Is it true? As I'm sitting here, I have no clue whether or not that was the case. We have been told now that there has been some funds that have been expended on travels here and there, according to some audit, which I have cited a portion of it, and I mean, I have not seen the entire document, so I'm unable to comment extensively on it. But was it the case? All these things, the Chief Justice will have the opportunity. I will be the last person to support any attempt to remove anybody unjustifiably. But if she has done something untoward, she has no business being at post. She's not above the law. Is the Chief Justice above the law?
No.
All of us are equal before the law.
Yes.
And if you don't fit to be there, why must you be there? You all know what has happened in the past. And that reminds me, his Godfrey Damian has also gone to court.
I was saying, and some no and da hono so what to be MPP for no at the end some no more can CPP at the end so and amon chain NDC for so more aban and it was so the omope and or more a and answer enye and no any equity at the buy no message so subscribe to the Point TV at the amayen share ma for be here for comment bra na afi so no de ekoso bia no kire wadwene e fa ho e ma yen